Do you think that, I know that you're not too familiar with it, but do you think that Cash could have killed Mo? Colin, I have no idea. I've interacted with Cash a total of about 1 hour. Dick, Colin, in my life, maybe 2 hours total. I cannot speak to that. I cannot imagine any of this. Dick, all right. Colin, I mean, it is all just, it's like, watch, it's some kind of a... Dick, Colin, I don't know their personal relationship. That's all I can say, but I don't know. I have no comment on this because it's all... Dick, of course. Again, Colin, this is the most extreme human behavior possible, and I cannot imagine anybody that I know, much less these people, being involved in this. Dick. Okay, Colin. I see people on the street that are like tweaking out, and I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, like, I could see those people snapping on Claire. Colin. On Dick. Colin. I'm not trying to lead anything, but that's my thought process. I can see people, unstable people, but I don't know any unstable people. Dick. Colin. So, Dick. Okay. Colin. I don't think I knew. I mean, Claire. So I want to ask you, Colin. Anyway, Claire. I know this is upsetting. I want to clarify this. When you're talking about, it sounds like you're saying Kaitlin's too smart to jeopardize her whole life over one moment, right? And one act. But do you also, Colin, I think she's more, it's just that I'm just stating what she has going on. Claire, yeah, Colin, in her life, Claire. But what about her that, do you know her as a volatile or angry person? Colin, no, not like, no. I mean, not out of the ordinary of any human I've ever interacted. And she's by far the least, like one of the least volatile women I have dated in terms of emotion, over upwelling of like anger and jealous emotion. So the least volatile woman he has dated, the least angry, the least jealous, the least in terms of upwelling of emotion. He is repeatedly saying she's not this jealous, angry, emotional person. She is not volatile. This is completely different from the narrative that went out to the news, from the portrayal that we're all seeing now. Completely different. Dick. Colin. There's warning signs, and I have never seen anything that was alarming. Dick. Colin. It's just, to this extent, I can't even fathom it. So, clarity on that. Dick. Yeah. Colin. Can we do a cheek swab? Do you need any other information? Dick. Yeah, we can definitely do the cheek swab. I was going to ask you if you're fine with telling me just kind of the route that you took from the house. Colin. From what house? Dick. From Cash's. Colin. Can you clarify, please? Dick. Yes, I'm sorry. From Cash's. Colin. Yes, I can tell you the exact route. Dick. Because it's my understanding that it was, I know that you said that you went northbound through the alley. Colin. Yeah. Dick. Up to MLK. Colin. Yes. Dick. And that's where you stopped. Colin. Stopped right at MLK. Should have been long enough to send a text message, which was probably 30 seconds, 25 seconds, 30 seconds. Dick. You'll have to forgive me because I don't know what my notes say. Colin. Where are you from? Dick. Tennessee. So the pin is the... Colin. Yeah. Dick. So the drop pin is where Mo was staying. Colin. This is the alley? Dick. Yes, sir. Colin. It's the right. Dick. Tried to zoom in for you. Colin. When I arrived, there was a stoplight, a red light at, I don't know how to pronounce this, I think Chicoine. So when as a cyclist, I'm always trying to flow and not sit at red lights. Dick. Of course. Colin. So I took a right onto Chicoine and I believe 7. So I believe when I dropped her, I came down. Oh, right. That doesn't connect because I took the first left from Chicoine. So where's Chicoine? It looks like they're showing him a map. There's a drop pin on the map and they're asking his route. He says, oh yeah, I can tell you my exact route. And now he can't, but he's able to look at the map to know whether or not what he's saying makes sense. Dick. Right there. Colin. Okay, I took a right on ML on Chicoine. Dick. Colin. And either came this way or I came down to 7th. I saw a big lovely black family of like 10 people. Made a mental note of how East Austin is a hodgepodge of like original black and Latino families. Dick. Colin. Like at this house, I remember that. I think I just crossed anyway. Dick. Yeah. Colin. Got to this. I know Austin pretty well. Also, I've lived here my whole life. Dick. Colin. So I went across Chestnut, I believe, and then went to this alley here. Went up here, dropped Mo off, hand her helmet. I can't even remember if I think I just left my jacket in my case. I can't remember. I'm sure you can look at traffic cams. Aside from the fact that he's not telling them really which route he took, he dropped Mo off, hand her helmet. When you drop her off, you're not handing her the helmet. When you pick her up, you're handing her the helmet. He's not describing dropping her off. Dick. Colin. I've ridden a motorcycle back from the east side on 35. Sometimes it tends to blur together, but this I know. Dick. Colin. Drove up the alley, stopped right here. Dick. Colin. Sent a message to Kaitlin. Note here that Colin says stopped right here. He did not say I would have stopped. He says stopped right here. So when he says he stopped right there, I believe he stopped right there. Sent a text message to Kaitlin. Dick. Colin. Saying, hey, are you still out for food? Can I meet you somewhere? Dick. Colin. Drove. Dick. And you had turned left onto MLK? Colin. Turned left onto MLK. Continued to Chicoine. Dick. Colin. Went all the way down Chicoine to 7th Street. Stayed on Chicoine. This is like my general way that I just instinctively drive when I drive home. This is just the route that I would be taking on a motorcycle or a bicycle. Dick. Yeah. Colin. To avoid part of 35 to 7th Street over to the final street before. There's always oncoming traffic. I'm going to stop here again and remind you that in the beginning of the statement, when he's describing how he first went to where Mo was staying, he described there was an event going on with parking guards. There was a traffic jam. It was crazy, and he had to do all these loops around. I think, was there construction? There was all kinds of stuff he needed to avoid. And then he had trouble because the parking guards were saying, well, you can't go up through here and all of this. After he's dropped her off, he's not describing all of this, the event and parking guard and all this stuff going on that would have been on his route home. He doesn't mention any of that. He doesn't say, I took a different route home because I remembered the problem I had getting down there because I knew there was an event happening and the traffic was crazy. He doesn't mention that. He's saying this is the way he would instinctively drive home. Dick. Yeah. Colin. That's kind of sketchy. Dick. Yeah. Colin. I'm turning here on 6th Street, crossed over 6th Street, got on I-35 right here on this from East 6th. Dick. Okay. Colin. To 35. Dick. Yeah. Colin. All the way home to my house. I exit for Stastny on I-35 on proper, I-35 proper. This exit right here. Dick. Colin. I exited and then it's right before the creek. Dick. Okay. Colin. Before Stastny. Battle Bend to the right. Dick. Okay. Colin. So can you tell me, are there traffic cameras like that you can reveal? Dick. So the Colin. Along Lake. Dick. So traffic cameras themselves actually don't record. I know. And we actually get this all the time, especially for crashes that we go to at like intersections or something. They say, well, there's a camera up there. Well, it's a live view of the camera. So that way, people down at our real-time crime center and transportation. That way they can see the cameras say, oh, hey, there's a really big backup here. Let's mess with the lights. We're going to have the light cycle at a little bit different so we can have the traffic push through. But as far as actual recording, it doesn't do that, unfortunately. I know. Yeah. Colin. So you're looking for effing like random private cameras to get this information? Dick. But again, and this is, as I said before, whenever we first came in, I've been able to corroborate a lot of stuff that you've already told me. Colin. I'm not even asking about that. I just can't believe it's just mind-blowing that that's the case. Dick. Yeah. Colin. I just assumed all cameras are... Dick. It would be nice. It would be convenient, especially for us on our end whenever we start doing investigations. Colin. Oh, okay. That's the route. Dick. It's just... Colin. I took home. Dick. Okay. Perfect. Claire. What have you told them about the helmet situation on the motorcycle? Did you talk about that on the first interview? Colin. The helmet? Claire. The helmet on the motorcycle on Thursday when y'all talked. Colin. Thursday? Claire. When y'all talked in the police department, we talking about DNA now? Colin. Oh. Claire. And I'm just thinking that. Colin. Well, Mo wore the motorcycle helmet both trips. If there's any possibility of your DNA being at that scene, you're going to have to come up with an explanation for it. If you say you weren't there and your DNA shows up there, then you're going to be in trouble. So Kaitlin's hair and DNA could very well be in that apartment, and Mo's DNA would be on Colin. He hugged her, right? So that's neatly tied up right there in terms of providing Colin an excuse. Claire. And I'm just thinking that, Colin. Well, Mo wore the motorcycle helmet both trips. Dick. Colin. Because I want a passenger to wear a helmet, and I had no helmet on. Claire. Right. I'm just thinking if there were to be your hairs mixed with her hairs. Colin. Yeah. On the helmet. Potentially on the couch. Potentially from a hug before. When I arrived. Dick. Yeah. Colin. And when I left, potentially. Dick. Yeah, okay. Colin. She had her own beer. We shared we got one beef burger and one veggie burger. She ate half. We literally ate half. She ate half of one. I ate half of one. Dick. Colin. And then we switched them. Dick. Yeah. Colin. But like I said, there was no oral contact of any kind. Dick. Colin. Directly. Besides, that's... Dick. Yeah. And we split two mixed rums, and we Dick. Colin. Both stipulated on them. I want to explain why this set off such alarm bells in my head when it looks like he's simply explaining where his DNA might reasonably and excusably be found. And this is not one of those times when he has brought up a topic that wasn't asked about. The reason for the alarm bells? I've heard this before a lot, and in one type of case. Now, let me be clear here. I am not accusing Colin of anything. I'm simply telling you my experience and why this jumped out at me so strongly. The type of case where I've seen this so much, SA. And specifically from defendants who have committed the crime and realize that they have to explain away evidence on the victim. She drank out of my glass. She used my fork at dinner. We shared food. Now that does not mean the person saying these things is guilty of anything. In defense of such a person, one could argue that he's scared by the prospect of an accusation and mentally scrambling. But every time I've seen it, the defendant was guilty of SA. Again, I am not making an accusation here. I'm simply telling you my experience. Dick. Okay. Colin. So that's, and then whatever contact from sitting on a motorcycle, having my helmet with hair on it on her head. Dick. Potentially that's understandable. Colin. That indiscernible. Dick. Yeah. The helmet, whenever she put it on, did she take her hat off? Because I saw that there's video. Colin. You have to take a hat off. Yes. Dick. Okay. So she had her hat off? Colin. Yes. Dick. When she got off the motorcycle and she had to take the helmet off, did she put her cap back on or was she just holding it in her hand? Colin. I can't recall that. Dick. Okay. Colin. I can't recall. Dick. Okay. Do you know of anyone that you can think of just right off the top of your head that would want to hurt Mo or even kill Mo? I know that kill is a hard thing to even concept of anybody trying to or wanting to kill somebody else. So that's kind of why I'm saying, do you know anybody that would want to hurt her? Colin. You're saying off the top of my head? I don't know. I have not even researched the name of her ex-boyfriends. What? He's being asked, do you know anybody that would want to hurt her? And he thinks in his mind, maybe an ex-boyfriend, which is a reasonable conclusion because it's very often the ex, right? Or, the guy who wanted her and couldn't have her. That is so often the case. So you could see Colin thinking, oh, maybe it was an ex, but he doesn't say, I don't know, maybe it was an ex, or maybe it was an ex, but I don't know anything about them. What he says is, I have not even researched the name of her ex-boyfriends. So name singular, ex-boyfriends plural, the use of the word even. Okay, we'll keep going. Dick. Okay, Colin. So I don't know them at all. Dick. Yeah. Colin. I know there was one that was just understandably angry that she was hanging out with me in October. Dick. Uh-huh. Colin. Am I implicating somebody? I'm just stating a fact. That's all I would say. Dick. Of course. Colin. To that. Dick. Of course. Colin. In Austin, I don't know. Dick. Okay. Colin. I can't answer that. I don't have any information regarding that. Dick. Okay. And of course, I have to ask you, did you kill Mo? Colin. I did not kill Dick. Okay. Colin. Mariah. Whether he did it or not, he's going to say that. But there is something that I'm going to point out. Very often, people who did do the crime will try to soften it in some way. They'll say hurt, accident. They'll find a way to soften. They don't like to use the word kill. Now, that's not conclusive one way or the other, but it can twig an investigator's mind. So he comes right out and says, I did not kill Mariah. Dick. Okay, all right. Is there anything you can think of that would help us in our investigation that you haven't told us yet? Colin. Find some effing cameras. Dick. Yeah, we've been working on that. Colin. Find some effing cameras. Dick. Yeah. Colin. Can you activate phones like Claire, your phone? Colin. Voice activated. Isn't there any way to get a microphone, to access a microphone on a phone? Dick. No verbal response. Colin. There's no way to activate a microphone? Dick. I mean, not unless there was like a voice memo or something like that, like recorded on the actual phone, data saved onto a device. Colin. Oh, Claire, your device has personal location services. Your phone is checking it constantly. Colin. Okay, Claire, and so I mean, it's not necessarily a precision method. Colin. Indiscernible. Not have a phone with them? Claire. It's helpful for corroboration. Dick. Yes, 100%. Claire. They have ways to corroborate. It's just not as straightforward as you want it to be. Dick. Yeah. Colin. Okay, all right. Claire. Get this cheek swab. Colin. Yeah, let's do that. Dick. All right. I'll be right back. Claire. Thank you. Colin. Yes, definitely. Thank you. Claire. I'm so sorry you had to do 6 hours of this. You're exhausted now? I can't imagine 4 times this level of questioning and forced remembering in the middle of the trauma. It's like a whole new trauma. Sounds like there was another phone going. That's why we were talking about that email yesterday. It sounds like they've got a couple of phones that seem current. Colin. A couple of phones? Claire. So the one that they took from Kaitlin that was described as orange, and then he said a black phone in a bag. And to me, it seems like that was different from the old phones in a drawer. And that's why he was asking us yesterday for the codes to Kaitlin's phones. And I thought he must have meant yours plus hers, but it sounds like they've got 2 from her. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, and it's information that they're looking at that we're not aware of, and that's all it means. This is Claire's supposition that extra phone belonged to Kaitlin, but we don't know that. We don't know whose phone that is. Claire. I do trust them to look at the boyfriend. Colin. I don't even care. I mean, I don't want it. I'm not suggesting. He doesn't care? He doesn't care if they look at the boyfriend or not? I thought it was really important to him to find out who did this. Claire, facts bear themselves out. That's just the truth about everything. Facts bear themselves out. And it's not because of something we have any control over. I mean, we as individual people, not you and me, but events unfold. And they unfold outside of our control over it. And I believe they're looking hard, and I believe they'll come to a sound conclusion. I'm very glad that you aren't reporting in the last 5 days you've spent with Kaitlin, because that would be an excruciating thing to talk about, right? So I'm glad that there was separation, so you can with certainty pinpoint the limit, very limited conversation. And I think rather than muddying it by y'all having spent time together, it's able to separate your facts from things you've gathered by virtue of being in conversations, because that happens all the time. And I hope this is the last time they have to talk to you, and you have the right to say no more. Dick. Hey, sorry, I did not actually have the cell phone search warrant printed out. That's what took me so long. Claire, thank you. Dick. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that y'all got both of them. So this one's for the cell phone. Claire. Great, thanks. Dick. And then this one is for the buckle. Claire. Okay, great. Y'all testing in-house? Dick. Yes, yeah, I mean, we'll indiscernible. Yeah. Claire. APD lab. Yeah. So much has to be sent to DPS that it just puts you back 9 months. Dick. I don't have my gloves. I'm so sorry. There's supposed to be gloves in here. They're not. Claire. Yeah. Dick. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Claire. This is faster than a COVID test. And then Colin. Claire. We're done. Colin. Dick. All right. Sorry for that. All right. Try this again. So off the top of your head, since we're still trying to get in contact with Kaitlin, do you know where she would be staying? Colin. I don't know. Dick. Okay. Colin, where she should be staying. Dick, would she stay at y'all's property in Lockhart? Colin, I've been there Saturday and Sunday and she was not there. Dick, okay. Claire, you were staying there? Colin, I was staying there. Dick, okay. Have you been back to your house since Colin, I was at my house all afternoon yesterday. Dick, okay. Colin, loading a Cummins motor and 2 axles and some transmissions. Dick, okay. Colin, doing shit that needed to be done since last year. Dick, of course. Colin, and yeah, I took a shower at my house. Dick, yeah. Colin, and grabbed my bicycle. Dick, yeah. Colin, because I'm meeting a Dutch friend who's in town for that race out in Lockhart this afternoon to go for a bike ride, because he thinks it's a good idea for me to ride. Dick, okay. Colin, get some exercise. Dick, all right. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to take both these and just swab like the inside of your cheek here. Colin, Dick. And then just the inside of your other cheek as well. And that's it, all right? Colin, sure. Dick. All right. That is it, sir. Colin. So these can serve as just any DNA, any Dick. No. So the whole purpose of DNA is going to be basically just to compare it. Colin. Yeah, of course. Dick. On scene. Colin. Of course. Dick. That's it. I mean, as far as us saying, like, Colin, indiscernible hair. Dick. Hey, put this into a database. That's not Colin. No, I don't mean that. Not cheek cells are, you can identify hair. You can identify, well, you can't do fingerprints, but you can identify, you can say like Dick, of course. Colin, any body, Dick. Yeah. Colin, deposit, like hair shedding and everything. Claire, Dick, of course. Colin, yeah, okay. Dick, okay. Well, Claire, Cheek's easier on you than giving blood. Dick. Yes, yeah. Easier on all of us, actually, yeah. Again. I'm going to skip ahead here because there are pages of interview about the vandalism at Colin's house, and I'm trying to keep this video to a reasonable length. If you want me to present that portion of the transcript, let me know in the comments. That incident was interesting in itself, and it was never investigated. Colin. Yes. And also, which begs the question, can I have my firearm back? Dick. So it's being processed right now. Colin. Okay. Dick. After Colin. I can buy another firearm? Dick. Yeah. Colin. Okay. No issue with that right now being part of an investigation. Dick. Yeah. That one is currently being processed right now. Colin. All right. Got you. Dick. And then after processing, then depending on what all comes from the processing, I mean, it's determined, it's not evidence, then it's not evidence. Colin. Okay. Claire. But in terms of if he were to buy a firearm now, it's not going to end up in a report, is he? Dick. Oh, Claire. Walked out of the police department and went and bought a firearm? Dick. No. Claire. Okay. Dick. No, not at all. Colin. This is the only time in my life I've ever thought it would be an option, maybe more. I'd have a peace of mind having a firearm. Dick. Yeah. Colin. Yeah, just because of the nature of this shit, someone shot. So it's in a close time and space continuum to me. That's it for the interview series, unless you want the vandalism section. I'll see you in the comments. Stay safe.